All right, another day, another librarian. Let me run the help command here. You can see that we're up to version 9, and the date of the release is also included in the banner for a bit of clarity. All right, I have 6 things I'd like to talk about. The first is the most trivial. It's just a renaming of the B to S command, the bank to slots command. Now it's just called bank. I thought that was a little clearer. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is pump and dump. They are incorporating now the commands K to F, the knobs to file, and file to knobs, F to K, as well as S to F, the slots to file, and F to S, file to slots. So if you want to download your knobs, say, to a DLP file, you'd use the dump command. Or if you want to download a slot to a DLP file, you'd use the dump. And the pump you'd use for the other direction. So that just kind of worked out with flags and all that other stuff, and it got rid of 4 commands. So that's kind of nice. All right, the next is the version. So the version can now take a file with an extension. It used to just tell you what the version was. Like here, let me show you. It would show you the version of the software, and now it shows you the date of the software. It tells you whether it's current or not, and whether it passed the integrity check, the CRC check. The CRC check is actually done on the unit. But now the version can take a file. So let's give it a file. And let's give it an EEPROM file I just have sitting here. Okay, so it tells you the file name, the version of the software that's inside of it, the date of that software, and whether it passed a CRC check. And this CRC check is actually performed by the librarian itself. So you can now look at the software inside of EEPROM files, SPI files, and you know, see the version and stuff. So that's kind of handy. All right, next is the view command. The view command now can also take a file with an extension. So you can view all of the knob settings, all the preset or profile settings for a particular preset or profile file inside of an amalgam file, like an EEPROM file or a profile or a pre-file. So let me show you that. I'll use the EEPROM file here again, and I want to look at slot, I don't know, 3. So here's slot 3, the pre-slot 3 inside of this EEPROM file. We can look at a profile also. Let's say we want to look at profile 1. We'd use the pro flag, and that's profile 1 inside of this EEPROM file. So that's maybe kind of handy. Okay, and that works with profiles and pre-files also, not just EEPROM files. All right, next, the match command. The match command can now also take a file with an extension. So you can match up a directory of DLP files, presets or profile files, a directory full of them, to what we used to match it up to, but now we can also do it with amalgamated files like pre, pro, and EEPROM files. So let's do that. Match. We're going to use the all directory, and we'll do the file, our same EEPROM, sorry about that. So we're going to match these 2 things up. Okay, so and these question mark things are where it can't match, it can't find out an exact match. So what we can do is give it the G command, the guess flag, and then it tries to make a best guess. So if you see a question mark and a number in parentheses, it's guessing. And the lower this number is, the better the guess is. So, you know, it's a lot of times it's better than nothing to have a guess there, right? So that works with profiles and pre-files also. Okay. So, and then the last thing is the knob command. So the knob command now has a V flag and a min flag. And it also has an all option here. So it's a little bit more interactive. Let's look at a knob. Say we want to look at the on the oscillator page, oscillator 0 page. You don't just spell out the entire page, just the first part of it. And let's say we want to look at knob 1. Oops, I didn't say knob. Dash K. Okay. So here it says oscillator on oscillator 0 page. The number 1 knob is P mod, and it's currently set to 3. Say we want to see the whole page. We use the V command. You can set it anywhere, but I like putting it early just because it gets it out of the way. So here you can see here's the oscillator 0 page, and here's the P mod knob. So it puts these brackets around the knob that's being referenced. So let's change it. Let's say we want to set it to I don't know, 20. So it tells you down here it went from 3 to 20, and the brackets are still around the P mod up here. So you can use this kind of interactively. Say you're helping somebody set up their fields or something, and you say, oh, you notice your offset plus is a little bit high or something on your P field. I don't know, just as an example. So we would say the knob is P field, and that's the page rather. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 5th knob. And just to confirm it, we'll just read it. And indeed, offset plus. We have the brackets around it, and it's telling us it's offset plus down here. So say we want to lower it by 1. We'd say offset, and then -1. And so it went from 90 to 89, and the brackets are still around it. And say you go, oh, you know, it just needs to be a little bit lower. You can keep recalling this command. Now it's 88, 87, 86. So, you know, you can kind of play with knobs sort of interactively that way. You can also zero out an entire page. Say we want to kill everything on the 3 form. Well, no, let's get one that's a little more populated. On the 0 form page. So we'd say the knob is 0 format, all, and it put the brackets around here on the page itself, the page name. So we are on the right page, and we'll say min for the flag, and then watch this screen right here. Everything went to the bare minimum. Frequencies can only go down to only go down to 27, but things that can be zeroed out will be zeroed out. So that's kind of a quick way to, you know, kill a whole bunch of stuff inside the synthesizer at once. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching.